What's going on, YouTube? So I'm trying something different today. I'm just now leaving the airfield. I just got done flying. It's been a long time since I've been in the air. It's been over a month. I think the last time I flew was July 10th or something like that when I saw my logbook. So trying something different. I'm gonna try to do like a debrief and do like my little intro video as I'm leaving, so everything's kind of fresh in my mind. So today, like I said, today I flew for the first time in like a month, and I thought I was going to be super rusty and all over the place. So I wanted to, just kind of go over everything. Found some weak areas with some steep turns. Going beyond a turn beyond 30 degrees is a steep turn, and it's a little difficult because the rate of turn messes with the amount of lift that you have. So you got to like pull back, and it's a little bit tricky to maintain your altitude. And I was having a little bit of trouble with that, so we actually fixed that. Did some more stalls again, did some descending, climbing, just went over everything just so I could be in a plane again and kind of remember how to fly. And it almost kind of came back to me, like riding a bike. It didn't feel like I had taken a month. I was a little hesitant with some things, but overall I felt really good. I'm definitely super excited to get back in the air again, and excited to bring you guys these videos. One thing I wanted to bring up is my amazing brother and mother got me Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So I am going to try to bring in some of that stuff to the channel. So anyone who doesn't know, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 just came out on my birthday, August 18th. I just turned 27. I expect happy birthdays in the comments, please. My brother got me that game. And it's supposed to be like the new craziness, the best flight simulator of all time. And so far, I'm impressed. It definitely, this is my first flight simulator that I'm playing, so it's not, I don't have much to go off of. But it looks really good. I flew from Manassas in the game, and it looks super real. I may have crashed the plane because I was using my keyboard. That doesn't count. But, I'm definitely hoping to bring some of that content to the YouTube channel. And if you guys would like that, just let me know. And maybe anyone who's interested in flying or wants to see kind of what flying is like. Obviously it's a simulator, it's not going to be exactly what flying is like, but you do like all the controls are how you would actually control and fly a plane. So you guys will be able to see what that looks like. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, I think this is actually my, I think 8th or 9th flight, whatever video. It's +1 because I didn't record one of my flights and I just wanted to focus on flying, and of course I missed a lot of good stuff, so I will never not record a flight again. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Let's go. Right rudder. There you go. Very good. Left rudder as you accelerate.
And we're flying again.
You done with the checklist?
Yep.
Okay, so we teach you VFR, right, which is visual flight rules. But there's also in the VFR training you need to learn also about instrument or basic instrument attitude. Just in case for some reason you're in a cloud and you need to get out, it might be the difference between you crashing and you getting out of it.
Okay.
So the goal is generally to look at this, but this one is not working right now. So for you to maintain your altitude, your heading, your speed, and your bank angle, you're gonna have to use all the rest.
Okay.
All these 5 that are left.
Okay.
So I want you to maintain heading of 240, 2,100 feet, and 105 knots.
Muscle or Nighthawk
Okay.
15.
Okay.
And you can skin, or you do this, or you start from here and you go up and down. Generally, this is the main instrument, but because it's not working, you're gonna have to work around it. If you're not turning, then it's your altitude and your speed. 1, 2, heading. 1, 2, heading. If you're climbing, then it's your airspeed, your altitude, your airspeed, and your altitude.
Okay.
Right? If you're turning, it's this guy,
And
this guy.
Visual 1 center, right turn heading 3.
right?
Take
So it
visual
adapts
on the
depending on what you do. So keep flying on that heading, and I will just guide you. You keep your head inside, okay? It's called
939,
Instruments,
on the ground, 60 change approved, have a good day.
it's called under the hood, if you want. Right?
383947, keep the coaster on the ground, 60 change approved, have a good day. Number 41209, you're outside the SFRA, squawk 1200, 60 change approved, have a good day.
So go ahead, squawk VFR, have it.
Squawk VFR frequency change approved.
4129.
4129.
Alpha, keep the code at all times, speed on course, maintain VFR below the Bravo.
So you can press VFR. That will
Number
squawk
8104,
1200.
maintain
And you're allowed to change your change the frequency at which you're talking. I'll take care of this.
Just get 25, sorry for the late turn there. Reserve visual 1 center, tower 134.42, 3442.
I'll take care of this. You keep flying 28, and so now we're out of the SFRA, so we can climb up to 3,000 feet without hitting the brow. So let's climb to 3,000 feet. Keep the heading. Okay, and you look inside. Once you're at 3,000 feet, go back to stern and level and show me that you can do it just by looking at the instruments.
Okay.
Okay? Enjoy because it's gonna stop.
I was gonna say, it's like the opposite of everything you ever told me.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near these clouds right here.
We're far enough. They're at least 500, 1,500 feet above us, and we don't have clouds after it. So actually to our right. Oh no, we're good. We're not close enough. This instrument, the VSI, will indicate your rate of climb, and it will be generally 7 seconds too late. What you used to climb is you climb always on speed. Use always your speed to climb, because that will save you from what? What can happen when you're pitching up too much and you're too slow? You're stalling, right? So if you climb with the normal speed, with a proper speed, therefore you're avoiding the stall.
Yep.
Right? And this will adjust depending on the performance of the airplane. So you never really want to shoot for a vertical speed. It's always about your airspeed, your actual indicated airspeed. That will guide you for your climb rates. Okay? So once you're at 3,000 feet, you can level off, and you can continue on that heading. And then we'll do the same exercise going back, and you just descend, and we'll give you a couple turns also, okay? On the way back, we'll do a couple turns. And that will be generally a 0.2 or 0.3 for the lesson for the instrument. You need 3 hours of that for your private. Okay, so we'll start building it now.
Okay.
All right, once your level at 3,000 is satisfied on heading and on altitude and on speed, let me know. All right, you happy?
Yep.
All right, you can start stopping to look inside and look only outside from now on.
Okay.
All right, I know it's a hard switch. We spend all our training in the private pilot yelling at our students not to look inside. They get their private, then we go in instrument and we start yelling at them to stop looking outside and start looking inside. So you're gonna have to modulate the two, all right?
Yep.
All right, only outside from now on.
Okay.
We're gonna do steep turns. Two things that must happen before every maneuver. One is a pre-maneuver checklist. The second one is a clearing turn, or 2 clearing turns technically. All right, so go ahead. Let's do steep turns. And you want to bug your heading and pick a point in front of you.
What was that?
You want to bug your heading and pick a point in front of you.
Okay.
If you're doing the maneuver straight ahead.
Kind of hard to really pick something out.
Yeah, it's easy.
So there's no, what is, there's
The pre-maneuver checklist is a flow more than a checklist, and it's to make sure that you have full mixture, that your lights are on, that your fuel pump is on, that your master's on, obviously, check your engine, check your fuel. Do you need to change tanks or not?
Okay.
Right now we don't, but we'll change after the stall. We'll change them. Check your engine indications. That is the pre-maneuver checklist. It's also a pre-landing flow and a pre-takeoff flow.
Okay.
All right. So it's a flow just to make sure you didn't forget anything. So it's everything forward, everything on, and check the fuel if you need to change or not, and your engine indications.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever you want. Then you do what?
Clearing turns?
All right. It's 2 turns, adding 180 degrees total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. We'll do 1 clearing turn to the left. That would be enough for today.
Okay.
So roll out here, go straight, and you can start your turn through over there.
To the right?
Wherever you want, right or left for the steep turn.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want the sun to be in your eyes, that's all. I was trying to be considerate, but if you want to start in the sun, that's fine.
Culpeper traffic, Travis Star 804 Echo Romeo, let's take the final 4, Culpeper.
Is it steep enough?
No, you need a bit more. So your attitude indicator is an up, which is great, because you have to look outside, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're going to bank more. That's 30 degrees. More bank, more bank, more bank, more bank. There you go, right there. Hold it there. Now, you see how we're descending?
Yeah.
So that is because you're not pulling enough on the yoke.
Okay.
When you need to roll out a smidge, but too steep, there you go. That's it, right there.
Okay.
I'll explain why later, why do you need to pull back, okay? Passing 30 degrees of bank, you have to start pulling back on the stick.
Do you add power too?
Not necessarily, just if
Okay.
you need. Sometimes you do, you can add 100 RPM to help you out, but it's not necessary. Okay, let's roll out, let's do it, let's clean it up. Go up to 3,000 feet again. We'll clean it up, okay? Go up to 3,000 feet, I'll bug your heading for 270. We'll make it in a sequence so it's easier to remember than just...
Okay.
Alright. Alright, 3,000 feet, level off. We did our printer checklist, we did our cleaning turns, right? We're going to go to the left. Generally, going to the left first is easier for students because it's on their side.
Okay.
Alright. Now, once you bank, passing 30 degrees of bank, you want to add a little bit of back pressure to counteract for the loss of lift. So when you turn, you lose lift. Okay, because you give some lift to go sideways, to turn. So to counteract that, you need to pull back a little bit on the yoke. All right, and you can add 100 on the RPMs.
Okay.
All right.
So
lower your nose. Your nose is a bit too high.
if I'm...
Your nose should be over here for steering level.
Okay.
See that difference?
Yeah.
Very good. What's your question?
Is there any way aside from... So like...
Lower nose.
If I wanted to know, like, with instruments, what
Too much trim.
4.5 to the...
what I was at?
It'll just be
Yeah.
fine.
With if I was just using this, is there a way to do it with that? Like
A
to know?
steep turn?
Yeah.
No, because you don't have this.
Okay.
All right. So that's why you have to use your horizon in front of you, which is VFR. When you're ready, look to your left, and let's go. Bank gently to the left. Let's go, left turn. So we're gonna come back on a 270 heading.
Okay.
All right. Let's hit 30 degrees. Look outside. Now start pulling back. Out there. Keep turning and stop your turn right there. Hold it here,
Okay.
but pull back. If you don't pull back, you're gonna descend
Okay.
because you're losing lift to allow for the turn. Pull back a little bit more and add a little bit of power, 100 RPM. That will allow you to maintain your airspeed and have an add additional lift. There you go, that's good. Keep going. You want to roll out at a heading where you started, which is 270, right? That's why you pick a point and you bug your heading, so if you lost your point, you have the reference on your instrument. Then you go into the next turn, so continue rolling to the right, don't stop, look to your right, make sure we don't hit anyone, no one's there. Keep going, passing 30, pull back, pull back, pull back, up, too much bank. There you go, right there, that's 45. See that? See where the horizon is cutting your dashboard?
Yep.
Alright. Now we descended too much because you banked too much, right?
Yep.
The more you bank, the more you lose lift. In order to correct, you have to roll out the wings a little bit, pitch up to climb like you're doing, and then roll back into the turn. So go ahead, roll back into the turn, and then keep the nose on the horizon. Your goal is really to paint the horizon with the nose of the airplane. Alright? On a straight line, not on a wiggly line.
Yeah.
Makes sense? You want to try this again?
Yep.
Alright, let's do it again.
To the left?
Airplane, to the left, and I won't say anything. Okay, look at your horizon. Where is it? Down there or up there?
Down there.
No, the horizon's above you.
Okay.
Alright, so your nose is right now painting the fields on the bottom of the ground.
Yep.
That's why we're descending 500 feet a minute. And that's what you feel when you're pulling back. You have too much, you're feeling heavy, right?
Yeah.
It's a load factor. Because your nose went down too much.
Okay.
Right? So when you roll into the turn, yes, look to your left, but then come back to the horizon to see if the nose is below it or above it. The nose is on the horizon when it's here.
Okay.
See that?
Uh-huh.
Now the nose is on the horizon. Roll out, go to the right, and you have to find where the horizon cuts your dashboard for the 45 degrees. I see, we're passing 30, we gently add bank, and we see how we're painting it. We're not painting the ground or the sky. We're really on the line between the ground and the sky, which is the horizon. Make sense? Make sense?
Yep.
Alright, very good, much better. A little bit more bank.
Ongoing traffic, Scout 64 tail left downwind, 1 phone going.
A little bit more pull. Pull more. Pull more. Less bank. Less bank. Pull more. There you go. Pull. And we'll get there. Now you have to lower your nose to go back to straight and level because you've been pulling in the turn. So when you go back to straight and level, you have too much lift to allow you to climb. So you have to release the pressure on the back, on the yoke, on the stick. All right? Makes sense? We'll fine tune it as we go. Okay? All right, let's turn left to the south. Normal turn, and then we'll do some slow flight. You remember slow flight, or do I need to guide you through it?
I think I remember.
Okay. So try and turn without losing altitude. Look at your horizon. Where's the nose compared to the horizon?
A little too low.
Too low, right? So lift it up. There you go. And generally it has to do with two things. One, your trim's not good enough, or two, you're pushing, or you're banking too much, or you're not pulling back on the yoke to compensate for that loss of lift when you're turning.
Okay.
Okay? And talk through what you're doing.
So I'm slowing down to 1800. I'm going to pitch to try to maintain altitude.
Very good.
Below the white arc.
Ongoing traffic,
Go one flap.
and right, left base,
Still maintain my altitude. Below 80. Second notch. Maintaining altitude. Waiting for around 65. Flaps 3.
Very good.
And then I'm going to add power to maintain altitude and speed.
How much power? Up to?
Probably around 19 or 2000.
2000 is your ballpark, right? Go to 2000, and then from there you add or reduce. All right?
Okay.
But your number is 2000. Number 1 is easy to remember, number 2 it's written, and number 3 it's generally around right there.
Ongoing traffic, Scout 64 tail in final.
Alright, very good entry and slow flight.
Okay.
Good job. Now, if you want to climb, how would you do that?
I would go full power.
Alright, let's go. Let's climb to 3,200 feet, alright? Let's just climb 200 feet.
Full power.
And I want you to maintain 60 knots.
Okay.
So, how would you maintain 60 knots?
By controlling my pitch.
Alright. And what's your speed right now?
70.
So you'd pitch up, right?
Yeah. Pitch up.
There you go, very good. And to level off or to stop your climb, what would you do with the power? And in order to not accelerate or slow down, what would you do with your pitch?
As I'm coming, I'm pitching down and reducing the power back to 2000.
Very good. Alright, and find the medium, alright? If you turn in slow flight, let's turn left. How shallow or steep is your turn?
You want to do no less than 10 degrees, or no more than 10
More than
degrees.
10 degrees. Now, you don't have your attitude indicator. 10 degrees is about this bank angle you're doing right now. Alright, so no more than that. A little bit less bank angle. There you go. It's a constant play with the control, right? It's not an abrupt play, but it's a constant correction. Now, you also want to check your instruments once in a while to see if you can maintain your altitude or not, right? So what's happened to us?
I'm climbing.
So how would you correct?
By reducing power.
Alright. So once you know the concept, if you see a discrepancy, correct it.
Yep.
Alright, descend to 2,900 feet and maintain
900.
60 knots.
So I'm going to reduce power, pitch back a little bit to try to maintain the speed. Reduce a little more.
Alright, talk through what you're doing. If there's a correction you're doing.
Noticing that I'm a little too slow.
Okay.
And so I'm pitching down.
Very good.
Which I also need to descend to, so pitching down would make sense. I'm right at 60, so I'm trying to maintain just this.
Stay at 3,000 for now, recover at 3,000, go back to normal flight, okay? So get out of slow flight.
Recover?
Yep.
I'm going to go full. Waiting for the airspeed to come back. I'm going to retract flaps one.
And look outside, alright? Always pitch for your horizon.
Land on a 45 for Tower 14 Montgomery. Vision, just give me please say your distance.
1, 2.
Or on a 4 mile 45 for now, land 14 Montgomery. Roger that, Montgomery traffic, Skyhawk 2464 Hotel, turning left course wind 14, departure Montgomery. We'll keep the speed up, so we should be no issue for you.
Cruise around 2200.
If you want us to go after you, so we'll extend crosswind a little bit.
Let's do a power off stall.
Power off stall?
Yep.
So I gotta get into slow flight first, right?
Yep.
Deuce.
Vision jet
Reduce
is
to about 18.
the numbers down 14 Montgomery.
Below the white arc.
Montgomery traffic, Skyhawk 64 Hotel, turning left downwind 14, number 2 Montgomery.
Below 80, I'm going to go flaps 2.
Montgomery traffic, 669 Delta, crosswind through runway 14 to the east. Montgomery traffic.
At around 65, 60. And then, so for, do I want to...
You want to descend a little bit, because you're simulating that you're landing, right? So descend about 100 feet.
Okay.
And then you can initiate your stall.
What's up, Dan?
And I just want to go to idle and then pitch it?
Yep.
Alright.
You want to keep your picture stable, but in order to do that, you'll have to increase your back pressure on the yoke because you have less effectiveness on the controls.
Idle.
That's it, to about here. And then to hold this, you're going to have to increase the back pressure, right? No, hand on the throttle. Do it with one hand. Big guy enough. There you go. There was a stall. Low below the horizon. Full power. Go back to the horizon. One notch immediately.
One notch.
Start climbing. Nope, that's what's 2.
That's 2.
There you go. Start climbing.
Climb. We are...
And then one more notch. And as you do that, turn right or avoiding traffic. Go to 120. Very good. You go back to your initial altitude, retract the flaps, and you level to cruise flight. Any questions on the stall? Alright, so you're doing pretty well on the slow flight and on the stall. The steep turns need some work, but that's just because you're not used to looking outside, and with the picture you still don't have that, so we can work on it next. Okay? I want to get away from the traffic that's crossing behind us now first, so stay straight, go to 120. And then we'll do 1 power on stall, and on our way back to Manassas, we'll do more steep turns.
Okay.
Okay? It's been about half an hour, so we're going to fuel tanks. Yeah, switch tanks.
Do I fuel pump off first?
No, fuel pump always on when you switch tanks.
To the left.
Alright, it's there. Now you check your fuel pressure.
Fuel pressure still good.
Then you turn your fuel pump off, and you take your fuel pressure again. Make sure that the engine-driven fuel pump works. Alright, working. Alright, let's do a power on stall.
Okay. So I'm just gonna slow the speed down to...
So what do we do before every maneuver?
Pre-maneuver checklist.
And?
Clearance turn.
Alright, we're done. Continue. Let's just enumerate it at least. Okay. In order to not lose all the flight, I'm just doing turns and pre-maneuver checklist. Just at least say that you're doing it so it becomes a reflex.
Culpeper traffic, Skyvector 414 is at 3,000 feet.
So I want to slow down to around 70, you said?
South of the field.
Slow down to around 70?
Yeah.
For the localizer runway 4 approach. Culpeper traffic.
Around 80.
you'd have to pitch up to hold your altitude. You see how
Yeah.
you're descending? No, you have to, no, with the trim, just with your hand. Hold it there. There you go.
Okay.
Now you'd pitch up, and you'd go full power.
Full power.
Pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. And right rudder in there. Put the right rudder in there.
Hotel going around 14, departure Montgomery.
There you go, keep going, keep holding it. Hold it there, no more than that. And there you go, that's the stall. Lower the nose. That's it, come back to the horizon once you have above 70 knot speed. And initiate a climb again to show that you're back flying. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So let's stay at 3,000 feet. I'm going to show you a steep turn,
Okay.
and then you'll do it, alright? Maybe
Okay.
that might help you to really concentrate. My airplane will maybe help you concentrate on just looking outside on the picture,
Mm-hmm.
more than on flying. I'll show you the correct picture, and then you'll try one. Okay? I'm going to go back down to 3,000 feet. I have my cruise setting. I'm reset this at 170 over here. Oh wow, this changes a lot. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't want to descend, huh?
It doesn't. Wants to be a bird.
Alright, here we go, 3,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so there's a guy landing on Culpeper, so I'm gonna go left. Ready? Alright, clear left. Look outside. What I'm doing is this. I'm rolling to the left. That's about 30 degrees. Now I'm starting pulling back. See that? I add a little bit of power, and I keep pulling back. And I get to 45 degrees. This is the picture of a 45-degree bank angle.
Okay.
Okay? If I release the yoke, you see the nose goes down, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to keep the nose there, and I'm going to keep pulling back. Now it's not, I do put a little bit of pressure, because if I release, you saw the nose goes down, right?
Yep.
But I'm not pulling like trying to lift this airplane,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just to feel a little bit of pressure and feel that we're sinking a little bit. We're not sinking too much, just a little bit. But you see the angle
Yeah.
where the horizon cuts your dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, coming up on our point. Here we are, rolling out. As I roll out, I release. I don't push, but I just release the pressure. I look to the right, and I turn to the right. Passing 30 degrees, that's where I pull back. See that? Do you see that move? Or no?
Yes.
All right. See the horizon? See how the altimeter is not moving? It's all by looking outside. I'm painting on the horizon. It's like I want to put that white cowling all across the horizon line. That will allow me to maintain my altitude. Okay?
And it's a little hard for me because the cowling for me is like way below.
For me too. I see only this.
Crosses up here.
I see only this.
Yeah.
So I have an angle of where the horizon is for myself because I'm short. So I can't see the cowling. I have a student, he can see everything, it's so tall. Alright, coming down to my heading, rolling out, and reducing, I didn't push, I just relieved the pressure off the yoke. And then you can just reduce 100 RPM.
Okay.
So, now, what not to do, okay? You come in here, you turn, and your nose is up here. If your nose is up here,
Problem.
well, it's not a problem. I mean, it is a problem, but you're climbing.
Yeah.
Right? So you just lower your nose and increase the bank. Then the other extreme is going like this.
Yeah.
That means one, you have too much bank, or you didn't pull to hold the horizon passing 30 degrees, and then you just came to 45 diving turn.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm gonna go to the right, show you that how it looks on the right. This is just right, high or low?
High.
It's too high, so I'm correcting,
Yep,
right?
now it's that.
And then I look to the right for traffic, I didn't pay attention, and look at where I'm at. Right? I didn't pull enough to correct. Now if I'm nose diving to correct, I'm not going to pull because we're going to put too much force on the airplane. It's going to roll out gently, bring the plane up, then roll back into the turn. You see? Didn't feel anything and we're back to the horizon.
Yeah.
Make sense? Got it?
Yep.
Alright, let's climb to 3,000. Let's turn left to avoid the cloud in front of us. And then going eastbound, you will do the turns. Okay? Alright, here we are. You ready?
Yep.
Your airplane.
My airplane.
Your airplane. All right, give me a steep turn whenever you want.
Okay. All right.
Goal is to maintain 3,000 feet, and the private pilot standards are plus or minus 100 feet.
Plus or minus 100 feet.
Okay.
Going to the left, looking left.
All right, let's go.
Starting
Roll.
to roll.
Passing 30, gently pull back. Now pull back and bring the nose to the horizon. Pull back a bit more. Stop banking. Too much bank. A little bit less. There you go. Hold it there. Pull back. Pull back a bit more.
In the pattern, left for
Keep banking. Keep banking.
runway 22.
There you go.
Downwind.
A little bit more bank. That's 30 degrees. You want to be over here.
Culpeper
See that?
Vector 442, approximately 10 miles to the west of the field at Nazi. We're going to
You see
shoot the
that?
localizer runway 4, low approach only into Culpeper. Culpeper traffic.
All right, once you're back on your point, continue. Have a little bit more to go.
Culpeper traffic, Cardinal 55, Mike Papa.
Let's look at those power lines.
Left base, runway.
Roll out. Roll out. Release the pressure. See how we're staying straight?
Yep.
Look to your right. Keep banking. Passing 30 degrees, which is now pull back gently and stop banking. There you go. Keep that bank angle. That is a 45 bank angle. Perfect. Right there. And then it's just an adjustment on pressure and banking. A little bit more bank, because the plane will move, obviously,
Yeah.
right? So it's just a matter of playing with it a little bit. But that's the picture you want. See how good that is? Perfect.
I think my problem was I was like,
A bit more to the right?
I would get to the bank angle,
Yeah.
but then I would like just let it keep going past.
Exactly.
And that's what.
So you have to control the airplane, which you're doing great right now. It's a great turn.
Traffic, Cardinal 55.
Very good. You saw the nose dropped,
short
then you brought it back.
runway 22.
And here is your point, exit point. Roll out. Perfect. And release the pressure. Release the pressure. Very good.
That makes it, yeah, that makes a lot
much
more
smoother.
sense.
And we were within 50 feet, right?
Yeah, so I would get to the bank angle, but I wouldn't like release the pressure to stop the bank angle.
Yeah.
I would just like let it keep banking.
Keep going,
Yeah,
and then you're just
yeah that was
going
my
to
problem.
60, 80, well, 90,
Yeah.
you're not flying anymore, so. All right, let's go back to the hood, and go back to Manassas, and turn left heading of 040, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Descend, maintain 2,000.
So you're turning, you're descending, right? At the same time, looking inside. So you'd reduce your throttle to about
Culpeper
18.
traffic, Cardinal 55.
Yeah,
Mike
2018.
Papa. On the go.
So you don't
runway
gain so
Yeah,
much
so I don't-
airspeed.
and
When
turning
you can
south
gain
of-
airspeed, it's not a problem, it's just you don't want to over-exaggerate on the airplane.
Yeah.
Turn 010, we're going to avoid the Warrington box. There's an airplane doing aerobatics, so try to avoid that. Alright, altimeter didn't change, wind changed a little bit, but it's still coming from the south. So which runway are we going to use?
16.
16, right or left?
Right.
16 right. Alright, we're on the, let's switch to Potomac approach. And you will call Potomac approach, Archer 41209er.
Potomac approach, Archer 41209.
Archer 41209, go ahead.
They say over Warrington, we'd like our squawk back to Manassas.
41209, squawk 4613, remain outside the SFRA. Dallas altimeter 2998.
4613, remain outside the SFRA. 41209.
209, transponder observed, proceed on course outside Bravo airspace. Report Manassas in sight, verify full stop.
So you say outside of the Bravo, proceed on course outside of the Bravo.
November 55, Mike Pop, squawk 0.
Proceed on course outside of the Bravo, and we'll report Manassas inside for a full stop.
0455, Cardinal 55,
I'll
Mike
do that
Papa.
one.
November 41209, your transponder is observed, proceed on course outside Bravo airspace. Report Manassas in sight, verify full stop.
For a full stop, we'll report Manassas inside, proceed on course 41209.
Helicopter 0 Lima Alpha, contact Potomac approach.
Alright, let's turn right,
1985.
050. Traffic in sight. He's going to our left, which is good. Up, not anymore. Keep descending. That's the traffic alert inside.
Temperatures 112. Use caution. The Warrington aero box is also active and remain outside the SFRA. Squawk maintain VFR.
What's the frequency of Manassas CTAF?
12575.
Nope.
12.
So 6159 Potomac approach.
125, 1331.
133.1, very good. Alright, let's turn left to the heading bug. So again, reference points to get towards Manassas was Warrington Airport, the lake, you got the railroad tracks, you have the blue water tower that we saw on our way out, right? Why are you turning left? Where's the heading bug? And if you look at that water tower and you go eastbound, you can see another blue water tower. It's the Prince William County, I think, water tower.
122,
on the Prince
radio
William
service
County
terminated.
Parkway.
Approved.
It's over there. See it? 12 o'clock, far ahead?
Yep.
So if you go to the left, that's Manassas.
Mm-hmm.
See the airport?
Yep.
41209, I have a Manassas Airport in sight.
Ventures 416 again.
That was November 41209, we have Manassas Airport in sight.
All right, listen to the call signs, everybody. Skyventures 416, understand you're doing the procedure turn. Thank you. Break, other aircraft calling. Say again.
41209, Manassas in sight.
November 5, Mike Papa, traffic 12 o'clock, 1 mile opposite direction is a Cessna 2500.
Are you serious?
Traffic on the scope, looking for traffic.
Number 209, roger, keep the code at all times to land outside Bravo airspace and frequency changes approved. Good night.
Keep the code outside of Bravo until we land. 4129, good night. Alright.
He's not very friendly.
That's alright.
Turn to the heading?
Yep. Alright, do you see the railroad tracks?
Yep.
To the left of it, you see there's a neighborhood?
Yep.
So we're gonna avoid flying over the neighborhood, and there's a little bit of forest between that neighborhood and the next one.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna fly over the forest,
Okay.
and that will bring us to a right base, 16 right.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
So we know that on base, we need to be at what airspeed?
80. 85?
75.
75?
Yeah.
And then
75.
on final 65.
Final 65. And pattern altitude is
1100.
1200.
1200.
So get there.
1200?
Yep. Start planning. When would you want to be at 1200? And it would be a good idea to start descending now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it would be a good idea to start giving a not a phone call, but a radio call. Manassas traffic, Archer 41209er. 4 miles to the west of the field, joining a right base, 16 right, full stop. Manassas traffic. Go ahead.
Manassas traffic, Archer 41209er is 4 miles west of the field, joining the pattern for right base of 16 right for full stop. Manassas traffic.
Very good. Alright, so 1200 feet, you should hold 1200 feet until you're in the pattern. We're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
The base starts generally at around the neighborhood, or after it. And then it's slow down, 1 notch of flaps below 90, maintain 85. Then on base, you start your descent at 85 knots, 1 more notch of flaps, 75 knots. You keep descending, right? But you slow down. So you slow down first, and then you descend at that airspeed. Make sense? So that is right where we need to be. So once you're abeam the lake, see the lake of the neighborhood?
Yep.
Once you're abeam the lake of that neighborhood, that's when you're going to start slowing down and putting some flaps, extending some flaps, alright?
Probably a little early.
Oh, you can do it now, it's fine. So power to 18, alright? Hold your altitude. That will slow you down. 90 knots, flaps 10. Slow down to 85 and pitch for 85 knots.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch for 85. There you go. And then now we got 80 knots. We made it to the base leg, so 25 degrees of flaps now, which is a second notch. There you go. Very good. And now hand back on the throttle. Give your call that you're on the right base 16 right.
Manassas traffic, Archer 41209er, right base 16 right. Manassas traffic.
Very good. You're going to descend at 75 knots. And you're going to judge when to turn to final.
Mm-hmm.
What speed on final?
65.
65 knots for speed. And how many flaps?
All
of them. So you're going to extend all of your flaps and pitch for 65 knots and control your airspeed with your pitch and your altitude with your power. Very good. I'll let you do this landing by yourself. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Alright, no one's around here. What do you think? High, low, or just right for the runway?
I think I'm high.
A little bit high. So how do we correct?
Power.
Less power and pitch for speed, right? Without speed, we're nothing. Very good. Flaps. What's your speed on final?
65.
65 knots. Announce yourself that you're on final leg.
Manassas traffic, Archer 41209 on final for 16 right. Manassas traffic.
Very good. Try to enumerate or articulate a little bit more, because I barely understand what you're saying, and I know what you're about to say.
Okay.
So someone else might not understand.
Okay.
Articulate a little bit more on the radio, okay? Or speak more slowly.
Okay.
All right, 65 knots, pitch towards the runway. Add a little bit more power because we're sinking, but keep your nose down. Keep your nose down, keep your nose down, nose down, nose down. There you go, very good. Now you're going to come into an area you're going to be straight and level, which is about now. Pitch for straight and level, power to idle, and gently pull up, gently pull up, hold it, let the plane sink, pull up more, pull up more, pull up more, pull up more, there you go. All right. You saw how we came nose down at some altitudes.
4 miles to the west.
You straight and level it.
And I'm going to fly over
You cut the
runway
power, and then you feel the plane. You're flying in ground effect. When the plane starts gently to sink, you gently apply back pressure to soften the touch, and that makes a landing. So it allows you to keep your nose up, not do a 3-point landing, and land a little bit softer.
Okay.
All right? That is the concept of landing.
How was that one?
That was all you. I didn't do anything. I just pulled a little bit just in case, but the touchdown was you. I didn't do anything.
Nice.
I just helped you to go from nose down to straight and level, and then at the moment I told you to bring it gently up, it worked perfectly.
Okay.
So as long as you know that distance, which is the hardest part, to know how high you are, to actually start flaring,
Yeah.
that's the hardest part. To know when you're over the runway low enough to start bringing the nose up. Some people do it too high, some people do it too low, and just by practice, you'll get it.
But this time I didn't kind of pull back and start going back up.
You didn't jerk it. You were very, very smooth. It's perfect.
Okay.
That's a good one.